Hi, welcome to the Burns Redo, and this week we're talking about the movie The Exorcist. It has quite a reputation, especially in the UK, as being one of the scariest movies ever made. Um, I'm sure most people who have seen it, though, would agree with me that it's not one of the scariest movies ever made, but it is a classic horror movie, and is very good on many different levels. It's not just about trying to scare people. Um, it had a reputation, I think, more so in my country, in the UK, because of the Video Nasties Act, and it got banned, obviously, for quite many years, under the impression that it was this terrible film that no one should see. I mean, I think it had a lot to do with hype when it first came out in the theatre. All these reports of people running out and terrified and being sick during the film, and just affecting certain people. But I don't know how much of that was hype and to do with actually promoting the film. It's a shame that that was the main thing that was suggested to get people into the cinema, rather than how good the story was and how well the acting was, which is a shame. But it was finally re-released. I think many years later. It's only a few years ago that I went to see it again at the cinema, and I have to say, I mean, I did get to see it during the ban. I was lucky enough that I worked in a video store who had a copy of the film, so I did see it when I was in my mid-teens, I think it was, and I was scared. I was scared of it when I saw it then, but in my late 20s, I saw it again. So it's been a fair while since it's been re-released, but I felt very differently about the film. For one, I wasn't scared by it at all. I think I found it a little bit unnerving in places, but that's a different feeling for me than being terrified of something. I don't think there's not many things that do scare me now in movies. I think probably true stories, things based on what's going on in the world today with certain other things are more scary. But I mean, the film's wonderfully acted. Linda Blair, the girl who's possessed in the film, does a great performance. She plays a girl called Regan who dabbles in the Ouija board, and that's another thing that we were told as kids, like, don't play with Ouija boards. I don't know how much Exorcist played a part in making people so scared of them, but she meets a spirit, and everything seems fine at first, but soon enough she's starting to act strangely, behave unlike she normally does, and her mother becomes very worried and goes to all the doctors to see if they can fix her, and see if it's a psychological problem she has, or some sort of physical problem, but they can't find anything, and she's driven to despair because of Regan's her mother, played by Ellen Bernstein, who's another plays another wonderful role in this film. She's so distraught she just turns to the church, the Catholic Church, to help her. And the priest that she turns to in this film for help is played by an actor called Jason Miller, who's great in this film. This priest, he doesn't want to initially help. He's fighting with his own faith. To be honest with you, he's got much guilt over his mother and what's happened to her, and he doesn't really want to get involved. He doesn't feel he's worthy of the cloth anymore. But much convincing by the mother, like, to please come and have a look at her. He goes, and I think he's pretty much by his visit he can see that obviously there's something supernatural going on. Does it help his faith out? I don't think so. I think it puts him into even more conflict, even though he can obviously see that it's not psychological. something actually supernatural is happening to Regan, and I think he then decides to get help from a priest that knows the most about exorcism, which is played by Max von Snowden, who's an elder priest, and then it's basically they're trying to battle with the possessed Regan, and it's interesting, that there begins the battle of wills, and who's going to win out. But very atmospheric. Special effects are great even today, in the possession scenes and the exorcism scenes. And I just think it's a wonderfully told story. It still looks great today. Some people might find it hokey. I suppose it depends on what your beliefs are. But I honestly, I feel for me, this is a movie much about how people wrestle with their beliefs, especially in a modern age time like today. I personally, as I said, I thought this was as I said, it speaks to me in a different way. Now I'm older, and I appreciate it now for the wonderful way it's structured, and tells the story, and the wonderful way it's acted, and it's just a great movie. So yes, great choice this week, and that's The Exorcist. That's what I think about it. Catch you later.